Today, I fucked up by visiting a Japanese bathhouse. Okay, so this happened a fair few years ago, but it still haunts me. Back in 2017, I was in my final year of university and got the opportunity to spend 5 weeks in Tokyo for an exchange. One of the items on my bucket list was to visit a sento, which is a traditional indoor Japanese bathhouse. I wanted to go somewhere a bit less touristy, and luckily there was a place only a few blocks from where I was staying, like 45 minutes out of the central city. Not wanting to make an idiot of myself, I did some research beforehand regarding what to expect and how to act. One thing mentioned was that you have to wash yourself before you hop in the pool. I didn't have a travel bottle of soap slash body wash, but I read that you can buy it at most places, and if not, then it will often be supplied. When I got there, I quickly realized no one spoke English. And although I managed to pay for my entry, I couldn't communicate regarding soap, nor could I see any for purchase behind the counter. I assumed there would be some in the actual bathing area, so I stripped down naked in the changing room, put my clothes in a locker, and proceeded into the actual bathing room. On the left hand side of the room, there were like 15 or so washing stations. To the right was the big pool. There were a few old men sitting, well, more like squatting, on a tiny footstool thing washing themselves. I was the only non Japanese person there, and alas, there was no soap in sight. Then I spied just to the left of the entrance on a table a small woven basket with like 7 bars of soap in it. This is where I made my big fuck up. I assumed that this was the communal soap basket. I grabbed a bar of soap and walked over to one of the washing stations to get to business. One of the old Japanese guys saw me doing this and started glaring at me and muttering something under his breath. This would have been the time to return the soap to the basket and call it a day, but I'm a fucking idiot, so that didn't happen. Shortly after, another old Japanese gets out of the bath, walks over the table, picks up the basket of soap, exchanges words with the guy who glared at me, and proceeds to also start glaring at me and saying something in what seemed to be a pretty angry tone. This is when I realized with horror that the basket was in fact his, and I had just stolen one of his bars of soap. By this point, I had already lathered myself up, however, so handing the soap back to him clearly wasn't an option. I awkwardly tried to apologize, but could see it was not well received. I didn't see any other option except to finish washing myself. But the next issue was that I had nowhere to put the soap. I didn't have a toiletry bag with me, and there were no rubbish bins anywhere. So